Hi, everyone. It's Henry DeVries from Agency Rainmaker TV. And this is the TV show where we help marketing, advertising, digital marketing, web marketing agencies make it rain, business development, find right fit clients. It's all about the pipeline. We don't want a dry, arid pipeline. We want a pipeline flowing with right fit prospects. And we talk to experts in the field. And today I'm so happy to have Sue MacArthur with us. Sue, how are you today?
I'm great, Henry. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's my honor. So why don't we just jump in? Tell us about the name of your firm and who you serve.
We are Strategic Talent Management, and we serve a variety of businesses, mostly in the professional services space. But our primary area of business is with agencies, small to mid-sized agencies, really up to about 100 people.
I certainly understand because we've served professional services for 12 years, and it's been in the last 2 years that we've gone deep into the niche of agency owners. We just love that group. And that's how I met you because you are also a lover of that group. Oh, what do you do for the agency owners?
We solve their people challenges so that their leaders can spend more time on growing the agency than they do worrying about the people problems. So that may be hiring, it may be leadership development, succession planning, training, anything that involves a people challenge of any sort, we can come in and help solve that.
I'm the son of Dutch immigrants, dairy farmers, actually. And we had a plaque. It's in Dutch, but I'll translate it for everybody. Um, so we had a plaque in our home that said, "The world is good, but the people could be better." So when
Right.
I speak to business leaders, there's always two problems that get brought up: cash flow and people. So thank you for your service and helping to solve those people problems. Um,
Right. And people are weird. So there's always something new and different to talk about or learn about or a new problem to solve, which makes
My
it
partner
delightful.
Devin, has a saying that's people are the worst, aren't they? People are just the worst. We're
Right.
actually real positive. We like people, but somebody wanted to work for us and said, I asked why, and they said, well, because I love people. And I said, well, I think we can cure you of that.
Right.
So yeah, so
Right.
people can be challenges, but without people, we have no companies. It takes a team. We've got to find the right people, keep them on board. And, I salute you, Sue, because we've got Gen Z, we've got millennials, we've got Gen X, even some of us boomers hanging around. It's not easy keeping everybody happy, is it?
It's not. And but the generational differences are not as clear cut as you may think. There's a lot of assumptions about millennials and Gen Z that they don't like to work hard, they don't really care about money. I think the big difference between these younger generations and those of us who came before is they are more programmed to need meaning in the work that they do. Unlike my father's generation and even my generation, where we'll work for a paycheck. It's not so much for many of us about the meaning. Millennials and Gen Zers are much more tuned into meaningful work.
I also find that they're also more attuned toward fairness and treating other people well, and some of the things we put up with in the past, they won't stand for. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Well, let's go to how you get clients. So this is a rainmaking show. How do you make it rain? Because you're a professional service. How do you make it rain?
Yes. Well, one of the things that we do, and we've been doing this for years, is we, like you, I know, sponsor the Build a Better Agency Summit, which is now held in Denver every year. It was in Chicago for many years. And what I love about that, I don't even look at it so much as a business development opportunity, although we seem to always come away from that experience with some new business or a renewed relationship with a past client. Most of what we do is remote. And there's nothing like sitting down and having a conversation face to face with somebody you've been working with or trying to work with And I think that's the most meaningful part of that experience for me. Um, and certainly the deeper connections lead to referrals, it leads to more business, but really for me, that's kind of just the nice byproduct.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you told me you attended one of our conferences and came up with an idea, a brainstorm. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I met some of the most amazing people at your agency Rainmaker conference in the spring. And as I'm talking to them, I'm asking, would you like to be on our podcast? We've been doing this. We just hit our 80th episode of People Solutions. But I was sitting there in the airport on the way home thinking, how do I fit them into this format? It's very short format, very tactical. And so I'm scrolling around in my emails, waiting for my plane, and I realize our email signature in our whole company, everybody starts with get on with it.
Hmm.
So I texted my business partner and said, I'll fill you in later, but you need to go out and buy the URL, get on with it. And he asked a couple questions. I said, I'll just tell you later. And so a new podcast was born.
Hmm.
And many of my initial guests came out of connections I made at your conference. And it's called Get On With It, Inspiration for Life and Leadership. And I am just having the most amazing time talking to some really thoughtful, inspirational, insightful people, um, all tied in some way to leadership. But it could be personal branding, it could be stewardship, it could be leadership excellence, but it's just been really inspirational for me to do. And I think will give us as a company some wider exposure.
You hit on two of the secrets. I wanted to share two of the rainmaking secrets that you talked about there. The one is it's not about meeting strangers on the internet. It's about relationships. Relationships are the secret weapon that drive this. And how do you create relationships? Well, you give before you get. And one of the things is if you have a podcast or a TV show, you shine a spotlight on other people. You give in that way. So it helps you when you do that because the light reflects on you. So when you help somebody in your ecosystem, and Sue, you and I are in each other's ecosystem where we help agency owners, that's important. But also putting on your prospects, your actual people, builds a relationship with them, shows that you're interested in them personally, and then you can take that information and follow up. Um, the head of the Build a Better Agency Summit, Drew McClellan, he says you have a target group who you just give and give and give to these people until they either hire you or file a restraining order. So it's about giving them information and other things. You're not asking for anything. You're not salesy. That's what I love about you, Sue. You're a giver. You really give, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show. That's about all the time we have today. Is there anything else you wanted to add or share before we go?
No, I think exactly what you just said is relationships. When you do work like what we do, it's very personal. People say, well, leave the personal out of business. Business is personal, especially when you are an owner of a smaller company. So those relationships are really critical.
That's one of those lines from the movie The Godfather. It's a business, not personal. No, it's always personal.
It's always personal.
Yeah. Well, Sue, thank you so much, and we hope to have you back on the show another time. I hope to see you at our conference as a panelist or speaker again another time. So until next time, everyone, make it rain. That was great. Oop,
Okay,
not turning off.
that was easy.